Alrighty guys, we're back. So the next topic I want to cover is China. You guys have probably seen by now all the protesting going on there, all the people fighting back for their freedoms after being locked in hellhole dungeons for how many months now? And by dungeons I mean they're high-rise apartment buildings, welded shut, locked in, flying drones around. It's insane. Okay. There hasn't been too much coverage lately on the mainstream media. And then we have our doughhead Prime Minister Trudeau get out on propaganda TV here in Canada and say he stands behind the Chinese people protesting. Yet, meanwhile, here in Canada, he basically just screwed the convoy, the Freedom Convoy, protests in Ottawa and Windsor and elsewhere. And the hypocrisy is wild over here. That is how insane the left is, and Trudeau is a leftist and a WEF member, student. Oh God. Freeland is as well. There's a whole whack of them. Half of Trudeau's cabinet, probably more, is WEF, World Economic Forum trash. And these people are traitors, man. I'm telling you what. And to hit the balls for him to say that, just flat out lie, hypocrisy, is unreal. Meanwhile, in other videos, Trudeau's praising the dictator in China. He would love to have that here. He's working on it really hard, I'll tell you that. And we got to deal with this bozo up until 2025, possibly, guys. This is horrendous. Will we survive is the actual question. It's going to be tough. The way everything's being run into the ground by the administrations here and in the US is unreal. Unbelievable stuff. There is a whole crap ton going on, and it's not good, any of it. Other than the Twitter files being released by Elon, that's pretty good. Exposing all the crap that the Democrats are guilty of, that we knew from the start. People shadow banned, people permanently banned from platforms for next to nil. And just because the left doesn't like what they say and they're popular. So they had to get rid of the people on the right because they can't compete with them. And so how they compete? They deplatform them, censor them, blacklist them, all that fun stuff. But it's all going to come out. So the DNC is getting prepared to get their butt sued off royally. Probably going to be class action suits. Or if not class action, it'll be a whole ton of people individually doing suits against them. Including the president, believe it or not, which is going to be hilarious to see. So we'll see what happens on that. So China, I stand behind the people protesting. They're living in a hellhole country. Tyranny supreme over there. Hopefully this opens up everybody's eyes to the craziness. And we don't want any part of it. We don't want the cashless society. We don't want the credit score. We don't want chips. We don't want online banking. Is basically what they want to do is they want the China model, where what you have is a credit score on your phone, and it's an app, and if you do not comply, you get a rating on your profile, basically, and eventually they can stop you from traveling because everything there uses the cell phone app to get you moving, traveling either by train, plane, automobile, whatever, subway, whatever they got over there. And if you've been a bad boy and not following the communist regime, aka the left, nightmare, then they will shut off your app. You're stuck. You can't access your bank account. You can't travel. Similar to what Trudeau did to the convoy protesters over here. And Trudeau was loving it. Now they did do a little hearing on the convoy, and that was a joke because Trudeau put the judge in, a judge that's favorable to him and his party, in to oversee the hearings. But even though they did that, the right here, which is, they're called conservatives over here, but I guess they're conservative in the States too. There's all these different terms, but it's basically left-right. The right's lawyers just took everybody to the woodshed in the hearings, and then you know, Trudeau came in with documents that are all blacked out and not able to present in court because he says so. It's censored. Oh, I wonder what's under that black censorship, you know, the markings they had all over the pages. Kind of hard to do a court case when you're concealing information. So yeah, pathetic. And then they put out these fake polls after the hearing saying, oh, you know, 50 or under half of Canada didn't like the way they handled things. Probably more like 80 to 90%, guys. Remember, this is Propaganda Central putting out these polls. When the local news put out polls on their websites that anybody could poll into, it was a astounding 70-80% said the government effed up royally about handling the convoy, and they did not need the Emergency Act whatsoever. It's called sit down with the public, discuss it, and get a situation solved, not bust out the police, the SWAT gear, and run people over with horses and whatever. So that's what we're dealing with here. It's pretty crazy. So, like I said, nothing's going to come of the hearings. I knew that from the start when they announced them, because who do you think's in control? The left. The left is evil, guys. It's plain and simple. If you support them in any way, you're basically on my shit list, and should be on a lot of people's shit list because you're insane. It's pretty sad. So anyways, that's it for that. I kind of did a crossover with China and the convoy situation, but it all ties in together, big picture wise. So I will be back in a bit for the next topic.